Hello everybody, my name is Nate. You might know me on Pokemon Showdown as iStock Photo. Today I'm going to be bringing you a Mono Gray Catch and Evolve tournament hosted in the Pokemon Showdown Tournaments room on January 29th, 2017. This is a monocolor Catch and Evolve tournament. In a monocolor C&E, all starter Pokemon are in the same Pokedex color category. In this case, all starter Pokemon are in the gray category. Now, Pokedex colors aren't super consistent. The Abraline, for instance, is in the brown category instead of the yellow, and I think stuff like Drillbur that you see here should be in the brown category. It should be noted that only the color category of the first stage Pokemon evolutionary line is considered when determining the starter pool. For example, Psyduck would only be possible starter in the yellow monocolor CNE, even though its evolution, Golduck, is blue. You can find a link to the list of starter pools for each color in the description. With that, we're going to go ahead and get on with the tournament. We have Flygon as God with Rhyhorn, we have Tigglebitty with Drillbur, we have Pasmal with Magnemite, we have Baian2 with Snorunt, we have Pet with Clink, we have Charmanduck with Alolan Geodude. It should be noted that many form differences have separate Pokedex colors for each form. Standard Geodude, for instance, is in the brown Pokedex color category. We have It's Willis with Timber, and finally we have Steady Eddie Nuke with Ferroseed. Let's go ahead and get on to our first match. Up first we have Flygon as God and their Rhyhorn battling Tigglebitty with their Drillbur. Immediately the very first thing you're going to see here is that Drillbur has that type advantage over Rhyhorn, where you can hit him with those super effective ground moves. But Rhyhorn has a very big bulk, so as you'll see here in the battle, Rhyhorn is going to be able to tank that very first Earthquake just because of its supreme physical bulk. It's going to be able to hit that Drillbur with that Aqua Tail. That super effective Aqua Tail is going to be able to take out that Drillbur, so good game to you both. Our second battle is going to be Pasmal with their Magnemite, and they're going to be battling Baian2 with their Snorunt. Snorunt has a bit of a disadvantage here from the standpoint of it's an Ice type, and its stab moves are going to be resisted by the Steel type Magnemite. Magnemite in turn is going to be able to hit him with those super effective Steel moves. So it's going to be a bit of an uphill struggle here for Baian2. Let's see how the match plays out. The first thing Baian2 is going to do is he's going to set up that Hail that gets him some Ice Body healing. He's going to try and see if he can stall out this Magnemite with his Protects here. Magnemite here is going to try and hit him with the second Flash Cannon to take him out. Magnemite again doesn't really care about that Hail. He's just too bulky to really worry about that. Snorunt's going to try and freeze him here with those Ice Beams. That's about the best you can go for. You just can't beat that Magnemite. Good game to you both. Up next we have Pet and their Clink. It's going to be battling Charmanduck and their Alolan Geodude here. This seems on its face to be a relatively even matchup. Nobody really has any super effective stab moves over the others, so let's go ahead and see how this match plays out regardless. The very first thing Clink's going to try and do is he's trying to hit him with that Gear Grind that doesn't quite get enough for a 2 KO there, just because of Geodude's very large physical bulk there. The Earthquake coming off of that Geodude is going to be able to 2 KO Clink though, so Geodude's going to take this one with a straight crit from one of those Gear Grinds that could have gone either way, so good game to you both. Our final round 1 battle here is going to be It's Willis battling the Timber, battling Steady Eddie Nuke and their Ferroseed. Ferroseed is actually one of the best starter Pokemon that you can get because its typing resists a lot of the Stage 1 Pokemon. It's only weak to Fighting and Fire type moves. Luckily, It's Willis here has a Fighting type, so this may be in his favor after all. Let's go ahead and see how this match plays out. The first thing It's Willis is going to do here is he's going to Protect. That's going to give that Flame Orb a chance to activate. And the Ferroseed there decides to use Protect too, so that's just all that much better for him. That Flame Orb is going to activate Guts, which gives him a lot more offensive presence. It's going to turn Drain Punch into a 2 KO here, even though Ferroseed is incredibly bulky. He goes for the knockoff there, which knocks off that Eviolite to make him a little bit less bulky. Probably wasn't worth it because Drain Punch was a 2 KO anyway. But It's Willis takes it here because of that offensive power that Timber has is just enough to break through and make a 2 KO out of that Ferroseed, so good game to you both. Going on to our round 2 matches, we have Flygon as God battling Pasmal. Here, Flygon as God opts to evolve the Rhyhorn into a Rhydon. Rhydon is a little bit notable in lower tiers as it's got that Eviolite bulk and it's just known as a very bulky Pokemon in some lower tiers, so that's probably a good move on his part. Pasmal definitely makes the smart decision in evolving Snorunt into Glalie. That gives him access to Mega Glalie, and just a lot of options there. Magnemite's going to be able to take care of a lot of the same Pokemon that Magneton is, so that's a smart move on his part as well. getting into the battle here, immediately we have the matchup is on Flygon as God's advantage. He's just going to be able to take out that Magnemite with one quick Earthquake. I don't know why he elected to not run Sturdy there on that Magnemite. Probably would have been a better option to go. That Refrigerate boosted return there is going to be easily be able to take out that Drillbur. The question here is, can he survive this Ice move, which he does. Again, Rhydon just has incredible bulk with Eviolite. He's able to OHKO that Mega Glalie with Stone Edge, and the game goes to Flygon as God. Good game to you both. Our last battle here is going to be Charmanduck and Broadswillis. That's going to be our last round 2 battle. Charmanduck here, he's opted to evolve the Clink into a Clang. That's going to give him a bulky setup sweeper, so that's probably a smart move on his part. Broadswillis here makes a really interesting move. He opts to elect Ferroseed into Ferrothorn. Generally, it's not something I would agree on. That Ferroseed is going to take care of a lot of the same things that Ferrothorn is able to take care of, and I would like to buff the offensive power of that Timber. So that's an interesting play on his part. Let's go ahead and see if that works out for him. We're starting off with Geodude versus Ferrothorn. It's going to be a very quick KO for Ferrothorn here. Geodude just doesn't have the power to break through that Ferrothorn, so it's going to be a very quick set of KOs here for Broadswillis. And that Ferrothorn is also going to wall this Clang. It's going to have a very difficult time breaking through. He can try and set up that shift gear, but his moves are all resisted. Really notable thing here is that Gear Grind is a multi-strike move, so it's going to activate that Iron Barbs and that Rocky Helmet twice. He just doesn't have a whole lot of options to break through, so Broadswillis wins with that really strong wall of Ferrothorn. Our final match here is going to be Flygon is God. He's going to be battling Broadswillis. Flygon is God opts to evolve Drillbur into Excadrill. Excadrill has a lot of notoriety in OU for being a very offensive rapid spinner, so that's going to give him quite a bit of offensive presence here. Broadswillis goes from Drillbur into Girder. That gives him a little bit of more of a bulky option here, and a fighting type against a lot of the very common rock and steel Pokemon in this gray tournament, so that's a smart move on his part as well. And we're going to go ahead and get into the match. Flygon as God is going to be leading with Excadrill here. Broadswillis is going to be leading with Ferrothorn. Excadrill sets up that Swords Dance. Ferrothorn gets that Leech Seed off. Here's the game-winning moment here, is that Earthquake manages to get a critical hit. It's going to turn 2 KO onto Ferrothorn here, even after that Leech Seed healing. Interesting that he doesn't go for a second Protect there. And from this point on, this Excadrill is going to be able to one-hit KO that Clang very easily. Broadswillis does get the Protect off here, and that activates the Flame Orb. For whatever reason, he elected not to put Mach Punch onto that Girder. He could have gone for the Mach Punch, could have gone for the second Protect, so that Flygon as God is going to take that very easily after that Swords Dance Excadrill. I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you hate the sound of my voice, don't worry, a link to the uncommented version is in the description. You can also vote for the next type of Catch and Evolve tournament that I host. A link to that poll is also in the description. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see y'all later.